This next video will show you how to set up your receipt for your receipt printer at the point of sale. So on the home page at the top right hand corner, you'll be at that top level organization when you set up the receipt. You'll then go to Setup. You'll go to Manage Store and Receipt Setup. This will bring you into the receipt setup screen. So you can either type in your store number that you want to set the receipt up for, or you can use the lookup. Click on the lookup button and then select the store that you want to type in the receipt information for. And this will bring that store up on the screen. The first box that we're going to take a look at is the receipt text box. You have Format Columns. If I click on the drop down, your options are Use Parent, which is 40. 40 is the standard, like if you have a Star TSP 100 printer, the thermal printer, or a Star SP 2000. Both of those use 40 columns. And the parent is also 40. There's also 60, 80, or 80 with grid. The 60, 80, or 80 with grid are normally used like if you have a LaserJet printer and you're printing the receipts out on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. We're going to stick with 40. Then you have the number of receipts to print. We recommend having 2. This way you get a copy for the store and the customer gets a copy. The next section is the header text. This is where you're going to type in the name of your store, the address, the phone number, all of that information. The header text will print at the very top of the receipt before the body of the ticket. So in this example, I have ABC Shoe Store, 4725 Merle Road, Suite 101, Des Moines, Iowa, the zip code, and the phone number. You can keep adding things if you want to, like your website, your email address, or sometimes people choose to put the website or the email address on the footer text. The next part is the bold header. If we click on this drop down, your options are Use Parent, Bold, and Not Bold. So we're going to choose Bold to make all of the header bold. The next part is the footer text. This comes at the bottom of the receipt, which is after the body of the ticket. So people will put like, thank you for shopping at ABC Shoe Store. They'll put the return policy. You can put whatever you want here. You can put a website address, an email address, etc. In this example, I put, thank you for shopping at ABC Shoe Store. I put the return policy that all returns must be accompanied by a receipt. Items must be in box and or packaging and in brand new condition, and returns must be made within 30 days. Thank you. And again, you can customize this however you want for the footer text, and that will be at the bottom of the receipt. The next part is the bold footer. You have Use Parent, Bold, or Not Bold. If you want to make the ending receipt, the footer text bold, you can choose bold. The next part is the discount receipt message. If you want something to print out at the end of the receipt telling the customer what they've saved and the amount that they've saved, you can type in the verbiage that you want, amount you saved, and then by putting this tilde, an amount saved and a tilde, that will actually compute everything that they have saved on this ticket. And you'll see this in the example below under the replacement text. You could also put something on the footer text with this. You can copy and paste this 30 days, and we could paste that, and that will actually compute what 30 days would be and put an actual date that they have to return that by. So as you can see, I changed this in the footer texter where I said returns must be made within tilde, 30 days tilde, and that will actually put the exact date. So I could change the verbiage and have it say returns must be made by, and then if you have this, it'll put the actual date that they have to return it by. The next section is this gift receipt text. If you wanted a text to print out on your receipt for any gift receipts, you could do that. Then we have the price breakdown. The default is the retail discount and net. So on the receipt, it will print the original retail, the discount that you're giving, and the net price that they're paying. The other options are net price only, retail, and discount, but we're going to keep it on retail, discount, and net because that's the norm. And then in this replacement text, you have these other items that you can do. So we talked about the amount saved, the 30 days. You can also do 60 days or 90 days as well. At the top right, we have transaction-specific text. So if you want a specific message to come out on any of these transactions, you can select this transaction type. For example, if we were doing a layaway sale, and we could type in what we wanted it to print out on the receipt. Maybe you have a special layaway policy that you want to print out on the receipt. So then this way, if we type something in, every time you did a layaway sale, that text would print out on the receipt, and that goes for any of these transaction types. You could do one for each transaction if you wanted to. And then once you type in that text, all you have to do is click on Add, and that adds that for that transaction type. The same goes for the tender specific text. Any of your tenders that you have, you can select and type a specific message and add it. So anytime they give you a MasterCard, it will print out on the receipt the text that you have in here. And once you've added different messages, it'll show up down here what you have for each tender type or transaction type up above, and it will allow you to edit it or just delete it if you need to. And then we have receipt copies by transaction type. If you wanted a third receipt for layaways or special orders, you can change the number of receipts where it says number of copies and add, and that's by transaction type. And you can also do it by tender type as well. So you can determine how many receipts actually print out for either transaction or tender. Then once you're done with everything you want to do to customize this receipt, then you can just click on the Save button down at the bottom. And if you are an organization that has multiple stores, then you can go ahead and select your next store that you want to customize the receipt for. And that is how you enter receipt setup information to print out on your receipt printers.